On YouTube, the world of animation is filled with creators chasing attention, but not all of them earn it the right way. One of the clearest examples is Nutshell Animations. Bursting onto the scene in 2018 with short meme skits and quirky characters, the channel looked unstoppable. Until early 2025, when commentary creator Beto999 revealed that most of the animations weren't even made by Nutshell himself. Freelancers came forward saying they were paid as little as $50 for full videos, often forced to complete multiple projects before receiving delayed payment and denied any credit at all. Fans who once laughed at the fast-paced clips now felt disgusted, calling it outright exploitation. Even after credits started showing up in video descriptions, the damage was irreversible, and the name Nutshell Animations became synonymous with cutting corners at the expense of others. What made the scandal even worse was the sheer scale of the operation. Multiple animators admitted that their work was being pumped out at factory speed, with no concern for quality or fair treatment. Viewers started comparing the channel to a content farm disguised as art, pointing out that the heart of animation lies in creativity and passion, not assembly line outsourcing. Some longtime fans said they felt personally betrayed, since they had supported the channel believing it was the product of one dedicated creator. The situation became a textbook case of how exploiting talent for short-term gain can completely destroy a brand's credibility in the long run. But for every story like this, there are creators who've taken the exact opposite path. Jaden Animations, who began her channel in 2014, grew not only through clever art and humor, but through something even rarer on YouTube: honesty. By opening up about her struggles with anxiety, self-growth, and identity, Jaden turned her content into a safe space millions connected with. Fans regularly share that her videos have genuinely helped them, and when she came out as aromantic and asexual in 2022, the community responded with overwhelming support. Her involvement in charity events, like raising hundreds of thousands during the Hope from Home livestream, only strengthened her reputation as someone who uses her platform responsibly. What also makes Jaden stand out is her ability to balance vulnerability with entertainment. She frequently mixes light-hearted animations with serious themes, ensuring her content feels both comforting and engaging. Beyond YouTube, Jaden has also collaborated with other respected creators, further broadening her influence and showing younger animators the importance of community over competition. Many fans point out that her videos age incredibly well. People return years later and still find them helpful, a rare quality in an era dominated by short-lived viral trends. For countless viewers, Jaden isn't just another animator, she's a voice of stability and reassurance in an often chaotic online world. Not all animators manage to keep that trust. Raccoon, once praised for his bright, kid-friendly content, became one of YouTube's biggest cautionary tales. In 2015, his flashy animations gained quick traction, but by 2021, his reputation unraveled when he posted a Squid Game parody that many viewers believed crossed a serious line. His attempt to dismiss criticism by saying it's just a doll made things worse, and when he later admitted it was simply for views, his community abandoned him. The scandal turned Rocky from rising star to a symbol of how fast-chasing clout can destroy credibility. What made the situation sting even more was how preventable it seemed. Rocky had a loyal fanbase that genuinely admired his animation skills, and many believed he could have built a long-term career if he had focused on storytelling instead of shock value. Comment sections quickly filled with regretful posts from former supporters saying things like, "I used to show his videos to my little brother. Now I can't anymore." Others accused him of wasting years of potential, choosing cheap controversy over real creativity. In the end, Rocky's downfall became a reminder that on YouTube, one reckless attempt to grab attention can erase years of hard work almost instantly. Contrast that with Domix, who has shown for over a decade that authenticity can carry a channel further than any gimmick. Known for his simple sketch-style animations and heartfelt storytelling, Domix connects with audiences by highlighting awkward teen experiences, childhood memories, and real reflections on life. Starting with comics on Tumblr before transitioning to YouTube in 2010, he built a reputation so strong that when he opened a board game cafe in Mississauga in 2018, fans celebrated it as an extension of his creativity. His calm personality and relatable stories make him one of the most trusted voices in the animation community. Part of Domix's success also comes from his ability to adapt without losing his identity. While many animators leaned heavily into viral trends, Domix stayed focused on storytelling that felt timeless. Fans often revisit his older videos years later and comment that the lessons still resonate, something rare in a fast-moving online space. His cafe also became a physical meeting point for fans, blending the digital and real worlds in a way that few YouTubers achieve. Community members often mention that Domix feels approachable, as if his online persona perfectly mirrors who he is offline. This consistency has allowed him to build not just an audience, but a loyal community that trusts him implicitly. Still, some animators walk a line between praise and criticism. Vivian Medrano, better known as Vivy Pop, is behind massively successful projects like Has-Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss. Her bold art style and unapologetically mature themes have earned her millions of fans, but also plenty of controversy. Early characters were accused of insensitivity, while certain lyrics in her work drew backlash for trivializing serious issues. To this day, fans are divided. Some admire her fearless creativity, others see her as careless. Vivy Pop's story proves that raw talent can shine even when surrounded by polarizing debates. What makes Vivy Pop's case particularly fascinating is how she's managed to transform independent YouTube projects into fully produced series with huge online followings and even mainstream distribution. Supporters argue that her ability to gather teams, crowdfund, and deliver ambitious work is groundbreaking, while critics say her approach highlights the tension between artistic freedom and responsibility. Over time, her reputation has almost become a litmus test in the animation community. Whether you see her as a pioneer or a problem often depends on how you view the balance between edgy creativity and social accountability. But sometimes controversy leaves a lasting scar. Birdie, another animator who built his reputation on light-hearted and quirky videos, faced massive backlash after appearing in a clip that made a joke referencing a highly sensitive real-life tragedy. What might have seemed small to him was devastating to his audience. Former fans filled his comments with anger, saying he had crossed a line that couldn't be walked back. Realizing the severity, Birdie released a public apology, admitting the joke was inappropriate and acknowledging that even if he hadn't meant harm, the impact was real. While some forgave him, many didn't, and his reputation never fully recovered. Birdie's downfall is a reminder of how one careless decision can erase years of audience trust. What made this particular case so damaging was how quickly the backlash spread outside of Birdie's usual fanbase. Commentary channels and even mainstream blogs picked up the story, framing it as an example of how online creators sometimes underestimate the weight of their influence. Some viewers argued that Birdie's apology lacked depth, while others pointed out that he had built his image on being harmless fun. In the end, Birdie's story isn't just about one bad joke, it's about how fragile reputation can be when the bond between a creator and their community is broken. Meanwhile, Robert James Rallison, better known as the Odd Ones Out, represents the opposite trajectory. A creator who turned his quirky marshmallow-shaped characters into a global brand. His relatable stories entertained millions, but he didn't stop there. In 2018, he published a best-selling book, followed by games like Can't Catch Harry and a mobile title, and in 2022, he took the biggest step yet with the release of his Netflix series Oddballs. Fans often celebrate him as proof that consistency and creativity can transform a YouTube channel into something far bigger, all while staying authentic. What makes James' success especially impressive is how seamlessly he expanded into new mediums without losing the charm that made his channel popular in the first place. His storytelling style carried over into books and games, giving fans the same light-hearted humor they loved on YouTube. The Netflix show, meanwhile, proved he could thrive in a professional studio environment while still keeping his unique voice. Many fans describe him as a role model for aspiring animators, showing that growth doesn't have to mean selling out. Instead, it can mean scaling up while staying true to your roots. And standing at the very top is Becker, widely regarded as the gold standard of YouTube animation. With more than 30 million subscribers, his Animator vs. Animation series turns stick figures into legendary battles beloved by generations. What sets him apart isn't just his talent, but his openness. Alan runs a second channel filled with tutorials, helping countless aspiring animators learn the craft. His Cave Spider roller coaster video alone has earned more than 460 million views, cementing his reputation as one of the platform's greatest. Fans routinely call him the GOAT, and after more than a decade of consistent creativity, it's hard to argue otherwise. Part of Alan's enduring success comes from his refusal to chase trends at the expense of quality. While many creators burn out or pivot to faster, less polished content, Alan has kept his standards high, showing that patience and craftsmanship can still win on YouTube. His transparency in teaching not only built respect among peers, but also inspired a new generation of animators who now credit him as their first teacher. Comment sections are filled with fans who grew up watching his stick figures battle and are now pursuing animation careers of their own. In that sense, Alan isn't just entertaining millions, he's shaping the future of the entire medium. From Nutshell's exploitation to Alan Becker's mastery, YouTube animation shows just how wide the gap can be between those who cut corners and those who build lasting trust. Some careers collapse under controversy, while others expand into global franchises. And if there's one lesson to be learned, it's that the creators who endure are the ones who never forget that their audience's trust is everything. Which of these stories surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the most loved and most hated creators on YouTube.